If you are the tech guy in a friend circle and whenever you try to explain about custom ROM or routing and they can't understand the thing that you said, well, it happens with me too, and in this video I'm going to explain all of the things about custom ROM and routing. If you are here, that means you might have heard of or have some knowledge about custom ROM or routing. So let's begin without wasting any time. So to keep it simple, let's begin with routing. Routing is modifying Android that comes pre-installed with your device, also known as stock ROM such as MIUI, Realme UI, etc. So basically there is a special account in different OSs known as super user account, but it can be renamed to admin, root or anything else depending on OS. So for Linux based OSs such as Android, it is known as root. Also that super user account have permission to do anything within the OS without any limitations. It is like a god. So Android by default doesn't allow complete access to its system, but with super user rights that can happen easily. So after rooting, you can easily access all of the system files, or you can just nuke them from your device. And you can even further modify system files and folders. You can install various root apps that lets you access various system level things, or you can just nuke those pre-installed apps that you don't like, maybe bored with your OS. Boom! Just nuke it. So to give permission to those apps, there is super user, super su or Magisk, which is installed automatically with the root method that you choose, and it lets you manage all of the root access. Like so, if you root your device with Magisk, then you will need Magisk app too, so that you can grant permission to those apps and start changing those settings or files. After rooting, custom ROM is the next big thing. So far you guys know that rooting is gaining super user permission and you can modify pre-installed Android with it, but custom ROM is completely modified Android. As you guys know, Android is open source, which means it is released publicly on GitHub, so anyone can create a clone or download that project and start working on it. Custom ROMs is developed by modifying that source code by a small community of developers. So the core of custom ROMs is Android, but with more features and with a slightly or completely different UI, which is much like Android skins. But Android skin is private or closed source, whereas custom ROM is open source. But you might say both of them is literally the same thing. Yes, it is. But OEM uses different term to promote their custom ROM, which is technically based on Android. Custom ROM is unofficial way to get latest update of Android, and custom ROM can perform better than stock ROM, but initial release of custom ROM can be very painful as it can be very unstable. Custom ROM can provide different UI, more customization features, it can be much smoother than stock ROM in some cases, better optimization, frequent updates, more privacy and security, and the ability to root device easily. Some guys might be thinking that yay, I can update my Stone Age device to Android 12, but wait, there is one more thing, that every device doesn't have a custom ROM community. So if you can't find anything for a device, then you won't be able to flash anything at all. If you guys want to use custom ROM on your device, then you guys need to unlock bootloader, which is the very first step required to root your device and to flash a custom ROM as well. Before unlocking bootloader, you should know this, that unlocking bootloader nukes a device warranty. So after unlocking bootloader, you can do anything with your device. You can change recovery, you can change the whole system, only do it if you know what you're doing. After unlocking bootloader, you need to flash custom recovery, which lets you flash those sexy custom ROMs and other cool things. There are different steps for different devices, so you should follow these steps properly. If you did anything wrong, then you might end up with a hard brick device, so be careful. While you guys enjoyed all of the good stuffs, there are some things that might happen to your device while flashing a ROM. First one is hard or soft brick. As I said, if you missed any step or flashed the wrong file, then your device will turn into a brick magically, which will happen in seconds. Soft brick can be fixed easily, and for hard brick devices, chances of fixing is 69%. Fixing a hard brick device requires a big brain, but it can be pretty hard, especially with newer Android version. So always keep a backup if you are new to custom ROM world. Another thing is that most banking apps and games won't work if your device is rooted, but that can be easily bypassed with some Magisk modules. And you guys should be much careful with these things. Make sure you check everything before you flash anything on your device. It is because recently some Russian dev created Android 13 GSI which erases APL if flashed on a device, which leads to heartbreak, and they might create some more files like this. It can be a module or a patch or anything else. You can watch some of my other videos like this. Make sure to comment about what you think and don't forget to like and share this video. And that's it for this video.